don't think there's a heck of a lot of people using it. It might be something you need marketing for, but let's wake professors up in the early morning hours and get a picture of them.
Yeah, well, I would love to have someone come and have a chat and explain to me why Edge Cloud is going to take SATA to $50. Like, I'm all ears. If anyone out there can explain that to me, come have a chat, because I'm open to that. That could be a possibility. I have no idea.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona sauce? Too bad, only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Papa's popping and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mac's podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Season 4, Episode 9 of the twice-over Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, where you at, bro? Oh, that's right. I gave Mags the night off. He had quite the week this week, and we actually had a very special guest on, and I want to give Mags a shout-out because he really powered through like a champ, and I mean it. So, yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's hand it off to the man of the hour, quite honestly, the one and only Bradley Pistol Collins. After these messages.
Papa Mac's, yeah. Papa Mac's. Papa Mac's podcast. Papa Mac's podcast.
All right, guys, we are back with the one and only Bradley Pistol Collins. Pistol, I'm going to call you that from now on. How you doing, man?
Oh, very good. Yep. Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure. I've been listening to you guys for probably the last year. I think ever since
Oh, boy.
Andrea reposted you.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's good fun to be here.
oh, we appreciate it, dude. I know we got some time zone issues, so I'm hoping you can give us a little heads up. What's going on Friday? Because we're sitting here on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Friday looking good?
I can give you guys a few tips for the race course if you like.
Yeah, let's go.
The lotto numbers.
Lotto numbers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to start it off with Pistol. Where's the Pistol nickname come from?
Well, it's actually my middle name.
Are you serious? It's not
Yeah.
a nickname. Oh,
Yeah.
that is wild. All right.
Yeah, well, when my mum was in labor for like 40 hours, so
Sheesh.
my
God
dad
bless her.
was sort of in the waiting room and the cricket was on while he was waiting there.
Oh.
And he was just slamming beers in the waiting room and he was drunk by the time I was born. And when they came around to naming me, he was like, I want him to be a gun. I want him to be a legend. So he just called me Bradley Pistol Collins,
Oh, that's incredible.
which is pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like Pistol Pete is like he's like a former big time basketball player in the States.
Yep.
So it's like, the alliteration of Pistol Pete. I was like, Bradley Pistol, like, how does that work? But, all right, if it's not a nickname, it's your middle name. That's a pretty cool one.
Yep.
Awesome. So how you been, man?
Oh, I'm living the dream. I just had 3 eggs on toast with avocado and a little bit of Vegemite.
Oh,
So I'm
Oh
raring
boy.
to go.
Oh boy. Here we go. Didn't even make it I think that was right at the 2-minute mark. We're already talking Vegemite. So you're a fan of Vegemite then?
Yeah. Have you guys tried it?
Mags did.
I
right?
did. I don't think I did it right, but I didn't like it. But then, like I said last week on our Australian corner, which was like half hour, and then we kept talking about Australian things too. Anyway, before you were even on the episode, and he was it Nothing Flesh sent me some cheese and Vegemite flavored crackers. So
Shaped like Australia.
I
right?
think they were.
Oops.
That's like there was different like shapes. I don't think anything was uniform, but it kind of looked like Australia. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I ate the whole thing. I didn't even share them with anyone. So
Nice. I
Yeah.
haven't had them. But yeah, usually when I've seen people from the US have Vegemite, they'll have like a big spoonful of it just by itself, which is disgusting. Like that would blow your head off. You want to just lightly spread it on your toast with a little bit of avocado, maybe some cheese, throw an egg on top, and you're sweet.
Hmm.
I'll have to send you guys some.
You know what?
Eh,
I've never tried it. Mag said he tried anything twice,
I
so that's once for him.
I still have some Vegemite left over. I gotta maybe do redemption.
All right, do it the right way.
Maybe there's some YouTube videos
Oh boy,
or something, so I'll take a look. Yeah,
That'd be good.
report back.
on how to eat Vegemite.
Yep.
All right, well, yeah. So before you hopped on, Mags, I was asking him what the weather's like over there. It's a balmy 46 degrees Fahrenheit, or what they would say 9 to 8 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
Yep, about that.
wow.
So I told him it was about 30 degrees Celsius here, with 1,000% humidity.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting here, but you know what? I've been waiting. We wait through the terrible snow and everything in the Northeast, so yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this brutal humidity for a bit
You
longer.
probably need a haircut though. I mean, it must do a number on your hair. This humidity.
Hold on a sec. Hey, I set back up. I'm still like I set my setup in the basement, so I'm gonna put my camera on real quick. But it's a little crazy right now back here. Let's see, is this on? Oh, maybe it didn't go on.
Nope.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Whoa.
Oh my,
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Yeah.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
After a long winter.
Yeah. So we disabled that because I can't let the guests look at that the whole time. That would be terrible. Terrible.
And mine doesn't have one. I need to get one. So yeah, man. Seems like you're in a bit of the same boat as us lately with a lot of questions regarding theta that we haven't really gotten answered, right? And kind of led to some deeper digging. And I watched your YouTube and appreciated a lot of things you had to say. I fully agree with pretty much everything you had to say. What was there like one thing that kind of triggered that? Because I know, like, for me, it took a long time, right? Because we were in like early 21, even before that, a little bit with Theta, but then it was like Theta drop and the whole craze with the NFTs, and that started for us. And then it was like, oh man, like this is like, NASA's a partner, and like it just was like on to the next, like,
One championship's
everything.
coming up.
One, I mean, all of these things. It was like, oh, like there's stuff going on in the background, and like there's big connections here, and you're like all connecting the dots, and it was a ton of fun to do. But it just seems like we weren't even in the same zip code, right? And we find ourselves here today, and it's like, it's an unfortunate place. Still rooting for Theta, but just, I guess, curious more like what's your full Theta experience? Like when did you first get into it, and what kind of put the red flag up for you?
I first heard of Theta back in like late 2020 from a guy at the casino. He was he was playing roulette next to me, and he was telling me all about how he made all this money from Bitcoin, because that was when I think Tesla first bought a bunch of Bitcoin and it went through the roof, and he was telling me all about Theta. So yeah, I went and looked at it and watched it go from like, I think it was around 80 cents when I first saw it, and it went all the way to 15. I was like, holy
Yep.
shit, this thing's going to go to 1 million, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. And all the massive partnerships, I was like, wow, this is huge. And then still didn't own any yet because I just didn't have any money. I was studying at uni, and watched it over the years, and I started buying in through like the low period of, what was it, late 2022, 2023, just purely based off of what it did the previous bull run. I was thinking, oh,
Yep.
they've gone back and they're going to build a heap of stuff and it's going to be the same. But once I started talking about it on Twitter, I remember, do you guys remember this guy called No Selling Theta Till $50? Or I think his name was Theta Jamie.
I recall that name, Popper.
Theta Jamie.
Yeah.
Of course you yeah, we
Oh,
know
yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
yeah.
Max.
Yeah. Have you guys had much interaction with him?
Oh, it was never really pleasant.
Yeah. So when I started posting about Theta, I was a little bit high on the hopium, to be honest with you. And I was talking about global adoption and basically repeating everything they were saying. And he kind of hit me up. He's like, where's the global adoption? Like, where is it? Show me. Like, show me the numbers, show me the stats. And I was just such an idiot. I was like, man, why are you so salty? Like, you need to calm down and everything. Everything's fine. The team, they're super smart. They've got this under control. And then you come a year later to now, and I'm starting to think he might have been right. Like, even if he wasn't pleasant, I think he was onto it. Like, where's the adoption? If you look at the competitors, like you've got Grass, they have 3 million active nodes. Like
Wow.
ICP have nearly 100,000 wallets. They've got like 700 developers. Peak have got 6 million devices connected to theirs. Like, and then if you go to the main chain, there's like Levita. I don't know who else there is, but Avalanche have like over 80 subchains, and they've got legitimate games getting built like off the grid. Or BitTensor, they have 128 subnets. I just look at the
Sheesh.
competition and I'm like, they like, where's the development on Theta?
Wow.
Yeah, well, they change from business plan to business plan, which is messed up when people invest because, hey, we're streaming, and then, hey, we're doing all this stuff, and then, oh, we're going to do a subchain, and we do a subchain, and then it kind of goes the other way. No one's using it. Like Popper, what is it? Who are the ones
Which one?
with the John Heater and the, why am I drawing a blank? You know what I'm talking about. We had the countdown
Oh, Space
space
Junk?
junk. Yeah. Yeah. So like it's like,
Yeah.
hey, we'll put everything on the sub chain and in championship, and then no, now all of a sudden we're doing AI and t-shirts. I'm just trying to keep up. So yeah, and then because Popper got me, luckily, hopefully this didn't happen to you, Pistol. Popper got me these thing called NFTs. If you heard of
Oh,
them.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Well,
Whoa, whoa,
what?
whoa.
You did. You did. You did. And then, finding out the backside of on what happened to a lot of these NFTs, that Theta may have had some reasons why they didn't succeed. Not that they would have succeeded or not succeeded because of it, but it definitely sets you back. And if you're selling everything to everyone and everyone's buying everything, and then you keep like jumping from thing to thing, well, it doesn't feel like it's like loyalty isn't repaid. So let's just, how about we get some answers and we focus on some, do something well instead of a million new things. Like, okay, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, that's where I appreciate you guys doing these podcasts and talking about this stuff, because it kind of makes sense why there haven't been these developments. Like if you listen to the Pogs guy, I've had a bunch of other guys message me about how they tried to start subchains and basically spent their whole net worth on it and got nothing back. And it
Oh,
was
man.
Theta were just really hard to work with. And it's so hard because I was like all in on Theta. It's almost like it was a religion for me. And I just had to come to face the facts that there's not actually much development on the chain. And the other questions that I had around Edge Cloud is just how much of the compute that goes to the unis and the partners actually comes from AWS as opposed to the nodes that we run. I just couldn't find any clarity around that. And that's basically all I want to know.
Yeah, the thing for me is what it seems like is like, so they get the meta chains up and running, right? But it's like they built this amusement park, but then no roads to get to it, right?
Yeah.
You have to take their toll road. It's the only road there. There's no other descriptions of they don't put out any YouTube of like, here's how you do it. Like, this is what you need to do in order to generate. It's like, here it is. Here's the tools, guys. Bang, figure it out. And there's like 2 people in the Theta community that know how to figure it out. And then they're spread amongst every single project that's out there because everyone's trying to get the same thing done. And it's like, okay, this isn't how success is built. You need to invest in your community, invest in these projects that are trying to build on you rather than just like, oh, here, figure it out for yourself is what it feels like.
I agree. And maybe, just maybe, Zeta have a bunch of things backed up that they're doing with Amazon Web Services that they can't talk about. And there's a bunch of things going on behind the scenes, but I'm not going to bet my money
Yeah.
on that. Like, that's foolish.
Yeah,
No, you're
like
absolutely
with
right.
Wes working with Coinbase since what was it, 86, Popper?
Yeah.
They've been working with them. They were gonna get listed. They were gonna get
1886. Yeah.
listed. They were gonna get listed, and then that didn't happen. I mean, technically, Popper, me and Popper can't even get onto an exchange that you can buy Theta or T Fuel on, right, Popper?
Yeah. No, it's
You just gotta do a simple swap.
there's no easy way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta swap
yeah.
it.
For
But
an
yeah,
American
no,
company, that's weird. So
right.
that's just
And I mean, Pistol's absolutely right. Like maybe there is all this stuff going on behind the scenes, but it's like at some point, like the man behind the curtain needs to open up the curtain and show us what's back there. And we've passed the point where it's like secrets are not cool anymore. Like let's put our cards on the table and see what we're dealing with here. So yeah. So I know that you're on this 100-day journey, right? I feel like we just got a little sneak peek into some of the stuff that you've already uncovered because those were some pretty amazing facts that you were dropping about some other lines, other chains. Now I know a Yuki, is that how you say it? That
Orky or Alky
Walkie?
or something like that. I don't know. I just call it Orky.
Can you give us a little, a quick little summary version of what you like about that one? And this is not financial advice, obviously. Like people
Yeah.
don't be stupid like us and, do your own research.
Yeah, well, everyone's gonna say that I'm a paid shill and
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm just, like, shilling these new tokens, but I have nothing to do with any project. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just some dude in Australia. No one's paying
exactly.
me to talk about their projects. I've got, like, 800 subscribers, but, yeah, I just have been looking at a bunch of different decentralized physical infrastructure network projects, mostly because I've been researching a lot about physical AI because you hear Jensen Huang talk about that, and you hear guys that are all throughout the space just talking about how much of a change that's going to be when, you think about there's like 9 billion people. Well, what happens to the economy when there's like 100 billion robots and machines and automatic cars? Like the economy is going to transform so much. So, what I've just been trying to do is to understand how that's gonna look, and I started going down the rabbit hole of if we go with a centralized approach, which is what we've done in the past with mobile phones and the internet and social media and everything, and it hasn't had good effects. Basically, like we give up our data for free. We've got personalized ads coming at us all the time. We're all addicted to our phones. Like I have a lot of mates now that are really struggling to find a girlfriend because when you go out, no one talks anymore. They're all in their own little groups. They're so addicted to their phones, too scared to talk to anyone. And and basically what I was been thinking about is if you transfer that centralized approach into the economy where we have augmented reality, we have robots, we have drones, it's not going to be good. You're going to have like just a couple of different companies that have all the power because no one's going to be able to compete with AI for jobs once that gets going. But DeepIn is a way that we can actually have sort of universal basic ownership in the infrastructure that builds the future. So basically what I want to do is just spend the next 100 days going into all the projects that are actually building real world applications and just highlight them. Like, yeah, I can talk about Orky, I can talk about Peak, BitTensor. There's so many of them, and I'm not going to try and shill one of them and tell you to buy any. I just want to highlight the guys that are actually building real products that are getting used by industry.
Yeah, that's great. I
that's the
mean, that
trick.
yeah, exactly, right? I mean, I've said it plenty of times. It's like, you know, help me understand what the utility, what's the demand for your token? Where are you driving demand for your token? What's the utility for it? And like you said, and I loved it, how does your tech accrue value to the blockchain? It's like
Mm.
right now, I don't know I can't answer that about Theta for sure,
They got
right?
patents, Popper. They got so many patents.
Theta Labs, yeah, Theta Labs has patents, but how does that
Right.
what does that do for me,
Right.
right? At some point, make it about the community, not just about the Theta Labs LLC. That's a separate corporation. That's Web 2. Them doesn't have anything to do with Theta token, right? And then
Mm.
T Fuel, was supposed to be the sub chains were going to come along and we're going to get tons of transactions and they can flow through all these micro transactions and the burning of the T Fuel on all of these micro transactions is going to end up making the thing deflationary. It's like, hold on a second, are like, do you understand how much T Fuel needs to be burned on a daily basis in order to become deflationary? Like, we're nowhere near it. Like, it's not even close. Like, they're hardly burning any T Fuel. So we got a long ways to go, even to just start to take a dent out of it. And now it's like, is that just old news, or are these chatbots, are they supposed to all of a sudden turn into, like you said, ticketing, which is going to be on a sub chain and start burning? I don't know, man. But we had a little bit, I run a node, right? And you get the Levita and stuff on your node and it's on the sub chain. And it's like, it takes 15 minutes to figure out how to get that just back to the main chain. It's like, this isn't easy stuff. And the same thing with Pogs. It was NFTs on the sub chain. It's like, they're basically almost impossible to get off this. It is not an
It
easy
wasn't
thing
a plug and
to
play.
manage.
It's like, hey, you
No.
have your own chain, but yeah, those NFTs are impossible to find because
Yeah.
and nobody wants to take the time to build them. And then it's like, oh well, maybe Pog should build them. But I mean, if
Right.
Pog partnered with Theta and they came up with this, why is it so damn hard to access our subchain NFTs? You can only see them on Theta Drop, which doesn't accept cash now, right, Popper? With Strike.
On this, you can't sell, you can't buy on the secondary market with cash. Yeah, it's
You can't deposit, I
still a
think, too,
problem.
right?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't.
I don't know.
Who's doing
I don't
that?
know. I don't know. But
I'm not doing
I'm not
that.
I mean, I'm not buying much anyway, but I'm just
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Pistol, can you tell me what I just put in chat?
Yep.
What is it?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's a spoon.
Oh, okay. I see you've played Knifey Spoony before, huh? I don't know if you know that one. No?
That's not a knife.
That's Did you ever see The Simpsons with when The Simpsons came to Australia? And
Oh, yes, yes.
and then pulls out a knife, and the guy pulls out a knife, and he goes, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." And he pulls out a big spoon. He's like, "That's not a knife. That's a spoon." Ah, you've played Knifey Spoony before. Sorry.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Pop.
Yeah, but
No, you're
to
not sorry. It's all good.
Gun pistol.
to to continue on that train, I think what you're talking about is just the functionality is very poor. And when you compare to other deep in projects, they have really easy to use software development kits. They have courses with 100 hours of video content showing you how to build on their infrastructure. An idiot like me could start building on some of these projects, which is crazy because if I tried to build something on Theta, I've looked in there. It's really hard and it's complicated and it's not easy to follow. The structure's a little difficult. So yeah, I think they're going to have some real problems growing.
Yeah, I mean, we got to hope that some of these big time partnerships come through and that they basically build everything for them. We've seen some of these big quote unquote big partnerships. They come to Theta Drop and everything, the red carpet's rolled out for them. But when someone from the community wants to do a project and build on it and do something that other people in the community actually care about and like, it's like, crickets. No, no offense to the sport, but
Ba-dum-bum. Jesus, Popper. Come on.
oh, please, Mags.
What do you guys think is the thing that Theta have done best?
Theta done the best. I mean, they've definitely kept people hoping for bigger than what's actually been proven, right? I don't know exactly how they've done it. Like, Mitch has like this like mysticism to him in some way where it's like, oh, Mitch, like, he put a smiley face on Twitter, like, we must be going to the moon. And it's just little things like that where, I mean, it was almost something that I fell for, right? In like 2021. And I'm seeing it and I'm like, man, what's going on here? But, back in 21, man, when these NFTs first started coming out, the theta community was small compared to other communities, but it was vibrant, dude. It was alive. It was its own being. It was crazy. It was so awesome. We had such a great time. Twitter was on fire, and we did a lot of like interaction. We did some games and stuff like that on there where it was like every time I turned Twitter on, it was like maximum notifications, like every single time I look, because everyone was just going nuts. Like there was so much enthusiasm. And then it was just like slowly like, okay, what's going on? Like where's the development? Where's the development on this project? And it's like every project that we were in love with basically ran into the same problem. They didn't get any support from Theta. It's like, how are you gonna live like that? Like, just I'm very disappointed in many ways
That's
with
what you liked about it,
how it went.
Popper?
No, I didn't say I liked anything about it. You said, "What did they do
Yeah.
best?" And I said, basically, the mysticism behind Mitch is like what they've done best. Like, what else?
I guess.
I
Oh,
can't.
okay. I see your point. Yeah. No, I guess that makes sense. 'Cause it's, "Oh, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there." We don't like, and the guys, but there's nothing you can do. It's a right, it's a private company, and he's the CEO, so it's decentralized, but it's not decentralized because he's running the shots. They have all this money, and how they choose to spend it, I think is and keep going in different areas is the crazy thing, but I'm just I think it's just insane because I think the best thing they ever did was hire Andrea. That's my 2 cents, but it was like, "Oh," and Jerry too, we got business people that know business. Oh, because these other guys don't know business. If you're smart on writing code and all that stuff, like, I'm not. Like our buddy Zilla, love him. Sometimes I don't know what the heck he's talking about, and he has to, like, break it down for me.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but, a lot of times. Just I don't understand this stuff. My mind doesn't work like that. Some people do, that's fine, but who's engaging the rest of the people that support it? And it just seems like it's, blind loyalty to the hopium, I guess. I don't know
Yeah.
if that was the question, but that's my answer.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, in my opinion, what was done best by Theta was done by the community, and probably specifically ThetaCon.
Theta Drop was great when it started, and then
How about now?
no, it's not really usable. I mean, you went from a top 10 exchange NFT exchange in the universe, in the world at least, and now it's nowhere near that because they
Yeah.
just neglect and look at the next shiny object that's coming their way. But
Well, it was never a moneymaker for him.
yeah, well, so real quick though, Pistol, he's referring to Wes Levitt. I was that an AMA popper or something? They were trying to say like,
Either an AMA or just an answer in the Discord. I can't
yeah, there's like
remember.
it's not a
Might have
moneymaker.
been an
They were
AMA.
making money hand over fist. I mean, yeah, they were using some of the money to buy some of their partners' NFTs. You know, that drove up hype for more people to buy, but it wasn't a good model. But shout out to Kyle, the partnership dude. So he knows how to do good partnerships.
Yeah, I think that's pretty well summed up. Like, I've been impressed with Edge Cloud. Like, have you guys used Edge Cloud?
I have not. No.
I actually was with Bones was giving me a little tutorial last night.
Oh,
We did a Zoom thing because he wanted to show me my the Selene.net stuff too, Popper.
Oh,
So we were going
sure.
through that, and he was showing me some stuff on Edge Cloud, and it is cool. It's just I don't think there's a heck of a lot of people using it. Might be something you need marketing for, but let's let's wake professors up in the early morning hours and get a picture. of them.
Yeah, well, I would love to have someone come and have a chat and explain to me why EdgeCloud is gonna take Theta to $50. Like, I'm all ears. If anyone out there can explain that to me, come have a chat because I'm open to that. That could be a possibility. I have no idea. But I just don't see enough action. It's as simple as that. And like, I don't have no evidence of any of these unis actually using it. Like, they say the partnership's there, but where's the videos of students using EdgeCloud? Like, if you actually have Stanford University using EdgeCloud, why are you not marketing that?
And why are you using a low resolution image of Stanford that you're using
Right.
Stanford? It was like blurry, right, Popper?
Yeah, it was like the junior college or something, right?
I don't know. But yeah, and that was something I was talking with Bones with. He says he could, and I don't know how accurate it was, and he'll probably correct me, like, "That's not what I said," and that's fine. But he was saying there's some metrics that he can see of how frequent people use it, and it's not a lot. It's not impressive at all. So
Mm. So is Bones still real bullish on Theta then?
oh,
Or-
I would say so. That he loved that last AMA. Me and Popper did not. Bones, I would say, is bullish on Theta, but I think definitely he would agree. When I'm sure you would, I think everyone in the world would. Marketing is non-existent and has been. So if you can't tell people why they need to do this, then they're not going to just know themselves and to use it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like you said in your last show there, sell it to me. Tell me why I should buy it.
Well,
It's
just when
like,
there's so many other attractive projects out there.
right.
If you think about being a new investor, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not picking Theta. As
Yeah.
as much as I wish it was the case, there's a lot of other projects out there just with better statistics. And maybe they don't have Michelle White Dove saying they're going to go to $1,000, but if you look at the numbers, it is what it is.
And this is something I've talked with Popper a bit about because I was talking about the 2017-18 bull run, and it's like we were big into Litecoin back then, like huge. I wish we kept all the Bitcoin. I mean, Popper, imagine all we had to do was just hold on to that Bitcoin,
Mm.
and that was the play. But it was like, oh, I think Litecoin's better. It's fast. It's 4 times faster. Blah blah blah. Community was great, but then so like I think I posted a thing a while ago and it was like Litecoin hits 400, Bitcoin's like at 17, 18,000 or something. And then
Mm.
Litecoin is at hit one, Litecoin drops a lot. Then it goes back up to 400 again on Mother's Day when the day after Elon hosted SNL and destroyed crypto. People don't talk about that enough. We do. He, so it hit 400 something again and Bitcoin hit like 65 or whatever. And then it was like, whenever I posted, it was like Litecoin was $70 and Bitcoin is like $100,000. So I just think like if it's not Bitcoin, people want something new. And so like just because you existed before and you continue to exist and weird stuff doesn't matter. Like Solana, I think Solana is very user friendly. I don't like a lot about Solana, but it's very easy to use. You can teach someone to use that. I remember explaining to someone how to get a Theta wallet. It was so like just so confusing for them to walk through. And Solana is just easy. And guess what? There's other cryptos on like if you get the Phantom wallet, it's just so fucking easy. But Solana has to, shut down a few times or whatever, and the price will drop, but then it will go back up. It's like nobody cares. It's a short term memory. But it seems like all these like legacy cryptos, if they're not named Bitcoin, like because even Ethereum hasn't gone to uh, Ethereum, I think back then was like over $4,000, and then it was like back down to two, and like Bitcoin was up to 96 or whatever, and it was under two. You know what I mean? So it's like nothing legacy other than Bitcoin. I think is like guaranteed to be safe. So yeah, you could make more on any coin, but you have to pick the right coin, which is why you have to believe in the team and what they're doing and focus, not flip flopping positions. Right? Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? I think it does.
Definitely, definitely. And yeah, for me to invest in Theta again, all they would have to do is this: just show us clearly how much compute actually gets used from the edge nodes as opposed to AWS. Maybe just give us a couple of hints as to what the plan is with AWS. Are you going to become an integral part of their ecosystem? And is that how you're going to go forward with the sub chains? Like, think about this, right? Even once they announce, oh, we've got 10 people building subchains on Theta, it's still only in the building and experimental phase. That's going to take years before they actually start doing millions of transactions and it benefits the Theta blockchain. So there's just no clear view of Theta accruing value in the short term. Maybe in the long term, because we're still such early days. We
Hmm.
like if what would you compare if you compared crypto to the internet, what would you say? We're in like the late 90s?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
So a lot can change.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But Theta need to improve their rep because right now it is not looking good.
But like anything, you need the rest of the market. People need to use it without knowing they're using it because crypto is scary to use. So
Mhm.
they were saying they used to say in 2017 we're still early, and then I was like, and they were saying in 2020, and then they were saying in 2022. Yeah, we're still early, but we've been in this space, this crypto space, so long. It doesn't feel like a popper. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
the thing is, you got to make it easy for everyone to use, just like mobile, like the iPhone or iPhone and tablets and stuff like that. They're easy to use. You can just do it. It shouldn't be this complicated to set stuff up and do it. And people don't even need to know they're doing it. It just that's how they do it. I don't have money. I have a credit card and I have this bank account, and it just does it, right? Like people know that's the accepted thing. Oh, we're using current U.S. currency in the U.S. and we pay people. Like that always wasn't a thing that happened, and then it got accepted. But I am told, what was it, Popper? 2025 universal
Global
global
adoption.
adoption. Sorry, that's it. Yeah, global adoption. People need to do it without even like, oh, is this risky? No, they just do it. I don't think no one's figuring it out yet. You got to make it easier, and yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say when you guys mentioned the AMA, but I remember now.
Okay.
That last AMA, the first time I watched it, I was actually just listening to it. I was in the gym and I was like, "Yep, this sounds good." And then I actually rewatched it, and my take on it was that if you as a team are really killing it, like you've got things going, as the CEO, you sit there and you talk with like this passion, and it's almost like you're getting high on the progress and you're delivering this talk. But nah, they were like trying to keep this smiley face, like, "Yep, everything's okay, guys," and like, "Oh, everyone hold it together for this AMA, and then afterwards we can go back to feeling like shit." I don't know. That was just my
Yeah.
take. That was just what I saw.
I think me and Popper have kind of seen that um very critical for a while, right, Popper? So
Huh. We were born that way.
we were born that way, but yeah, so I'm already trained because like Wes was doing a AMA for replay on Theta's Twitter space, and Theta has a lot more followers on Twitter than Replay does. Like it's not even comparable. And so it's like, oh, they lent credit to their platform by doing this. And then it was like I kept asking in the chat about Replay and when are Americans going to get their money? Because do you know about that, Pistol?
No, tell me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So
You got popcorn?
I'll try to do the quick version, whatever. But so Replay came on to Theta. They did a sub chain. They were doing a streaming thing, and you would earn Replay tokens by watching on rewarded TV. These guys, they came on like early on in our show's career.
They were like the 4th or 5th episode.
Yeah.
Like they searched us
They
out. Like they were like, "Oh, can we come on and talk?"
They came.
Wow, we're legit already.
So we were trying to like find everything we could. There wasn't much on these guys, except there was a thing with Wes I watched that they did. And so anyways, so we started like promoting it because it's like, hey, you watch stuff, you get rewarded. And they were like encouraging people to watch in the background anyway. And they could watch, I think at that point, Popper, early on, like 5 times on one computer, right? And
Yeah,
so
a lot.
you could just let it go in the background and earn it because they have like crappy like old movies and old movies you never heard of, and they're really bad ones too. They're not the greatest. So they did that. They did a fundraising thing.
But they had World Poker Tour as well.
Right.
And that one would go on loop for like 2.5 days. So you could just let it run for 2.5
Right.
days. Every other one, like the movies, as soon as the movie ended, you had to pick a new one.
When they had Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually was watching that.
Oh, that was later.
That was later, yeah. But so anyways, we'd earn it, and they came out with a dashboard tracking mechanism because we were early on. We got like this huge quote unquote coin dump, and we could see it on our dashboard, but they didn't have the coin ready yet. So we're just earning, and then there's all these multiplier things, and then they kept. Then what happened was, so we'll fast forward. They changed their white paper and published it without like any announcement that they changed their white paper. Then they dropped a terms of service when you logged into your rewarded TV account that you had to accept, and basically said, like, you can't sue us. You can't do a class action. You have to agree to an arbiter that we provide for any lawsuits or whatever, like any action they want to bring against them, because they basically decided they weren't going to give the Americans their coins, and then they gave everyone else in the world the coins. So most of the people streaming were Americans, and we've been promoting these guys doing like, I mean, they didn't pay us or anything, but we don't make any money doing this stuff. So like we just make commercials to promote them, like we put on the show, whatever. And so a lot of our friends got in it, and we were all earning, and then all of a sudden they wouldn't pay us our coins. So basically everyone else got to front run on the Americans, which is fine, like in theory, but not when it's me. But so they got a lot more money for their replay that they could sell than me. But at first there wasn't even a Dex, right, Popper? They were supposed to have a Dex and they didn't, so people had useless coins. Yep. But eventually they got it to sell. So by the time when Americans never got the official thing, and they did a KYC thing, but they actually removed and they turned off VPN stuff. You could VPN, but you needed to still KYC. And so if you put American, it's like, nope, you have to wait. So they changed it without telling anyone, saying eventually, and this is now that the coin's worth absolutely fucking nothing. They changed it and we're like, yeah, as long as you VPN in from another country, they're not going to KYC. They didn't KYC. They dropped like the KYC requirement. So then I withdrew my coins, and then I had to get with someone else in the Southern Hemisphere to move them for me and which the amount of coins I had back then was probably, it would have been worth like at least 5 on the lower side, we'll say $1,000. But by the time I got to sell them for nothing, I think I got like $300 for them. So.
Oh, that's bad.
But and they're promoting these guys. Wes at ThetaCon 1 was shopping investors for them. Didn't seem to care that they weren't giving the coins to the Americans. And then so Swampy, friend of the Pinecast, so there was an NFT project that for that through rewarded TV and replay. What they did with these multipliers, they did with the Psycho KO, the Rob Feldman. I don't know if you're familiar with him. So they earned, I think, like 120,000, but Theta gets their fees. But Swampy put in like 17 to 20 grand for this to get, and we got these multipliers. And then so the movies sucked that we had, and then they ran out of rewards anyway fast. But point being is, so for the second ThetaCon 23 in Austin, Texas, they wanted to talk with Swampy, so they had a meeting, and basically they wanted him to sign as an advisor. so they could give him coins. He couldn't withdraw his coins, but they wanted to basically provide him coins as being an advisor. And he's like, well, no, I'd advise them to take their coin, you guys to let people take them off the exchange. And then side note, when they first came on the show replay, they said we would be able to get our coins. So every time they said, yep, we're going to get the coins, we're going to get the coins. And then remember, Popper, there was a delay in the subchain something. And we're working it. And then by the time they were ready to give it out, oh, we're not giving it to the Americans. So yeah, and Theta promoted those guys. Now I think that mystery person also front run their coins like Pog too. So I'm not completely dumping it on them, I guess, but I don't know how we got on that.
Very dodgy,
Yeah.
very dodgy. So if you've got the NFTs, you've got Pogs, if you've got the subchains, you've got replay. That's not a very good track record.
No,
No, there's not a good track.
not at all.
Ah, it's
Yep.
it's unfortunate.
But I mean, like you said, maybe there's maybe there's a closet full of AWS partnerships, NDAs that are stacked up to the ceiling that they just can't tell us about because they're under NDA. Who knows? Let's hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's sit around and hope. So let's talk a little more. We get into some light stuff too on after getting fully lambasted by some of the sins of the past within the Web3 ecosystem. So let's take it a little bit of a lighter note. Let's you brought up cricket earlier. Were you a cricket player?
Yeah, well, I grew up in country Victoria, so everyone plays cricket and they play Australian football.
Australian rules football?
Yeah. You guys
That's
see much of that?
dude, somebody put me onto that a while back. That game is crazy. Like I don't understand how people don't get killed. I mean, rugby, okay, that's one, like obviously people getting hurt, but I feel like Australian rules football, like you can get killed. Like
Yeah, it's just because you can get hit from 360 degrees. So rugby players definitely hit harder. Like their
yeah,
tackle,
head on. Well,
you
you
can't
usually you see it coming every
Mhm.
time.
Yep, and you can brace for it. Whereas in
Yeah.
AFL, there's so many times where you'll get hit and you just don't expect it, and you
Ugh,
haven't braced for it. You get winded,
yeah.
but yeah, it must be so funny to look at if you haven't grown up with it because it would just look completely uncoordinated and things flying everywhere.
It's very different for sure. It's entertaining, absolutely. How big is it in Australia? And is the NFL any big in Australia at all?
Australian football's definitely the biggest thing here.
Oh,
So
wow.
in like the northern part of Australia, they're more focused on rugby. But if you were to say the biggest sport in Australia, I'm pretty confident it would be AFL because it's everywhere and games get like 100,000 fans to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many teams in the league?
I think there's 19, maybe 20,
Okay.
which Melbourne is like the hub of AFL. Melbourne's got probably 7 teams, I think.
Are you
Yeah.
guys in season right now?
Yeah, we are. Yep. It's probably got another month or 6 weeks, and then we'll be going into finals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
the country footy is where it's at though, because that's where you see your fat bloke that's like a plumber. He turns up and plays footy on the weekend, and then he's smoking a dart at halftime and eating a pie. That is the best viewing you can ever see.
So, hold on, country footy, so just, like is this, like, pickup like, people just showing up someplace to play, like, recreational, like, old man softball league around here where
Yeah,
or
kind of,
what
but it's actually fully organized. Like guys
is it
play.
professional?
It's not professional, it's
Oh, okay,
amateur.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's amateur, but in the country, everyone plays, and
okay.
they just play until their body breaks. So
Jeez, man.
it's so funny, and it's basically your community's whole entertainment. So everyone in my town is all around the football club. Everyone volunteers. All the guys play. They pay guys to come in and play from the nearest city to try and get the team going better. It's like country people's whole lives.
Huh.
Yep.
How, did you know that, Mags? I never knew that.
I
How big Australian rules football
I
was.
know, I'm still a patron, I don't listen to it too much anymore, but, there's a Simpsons podcast out of Australia. I think they're, like, in Geelong. I'm not sure where that is, and
Oh, yeah, that's where I am.
oh, really? Oh, okay, it was Mitch and Dando, and, they even had a book. I have the book, but, they'd always talk about footy, and I was like, "What the hell are they talking about?" And then, it also get me too because 'cause they're like, "Oh, the holidays, how many kilos they put on." I guess they mean, like, because we say pounds, I guess. So it's just I can't picture this stuff. It's like it's different. And too, Sushi Cat, who's Australian.
Oh, shout out Sushi. Been a while.
So Sushi, well, she lives in Australia. She does all her jingles. Love her. But
Talking
they
metric
but
versus
yes,
imperial.
they talk
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
they talk about footy. They talked about footy all the time, so I was always familiar with that, and they definitely talked about playing it too. So yeah.
Oh, but if you are talking about metric versus the imperial, I do have a funny story for you because in when I went to uni, I did an exchange to the US for 6 months and studied at Iowa State University.
Okay.
Oh,
Shout out.
Yeah, and yeah, I was doing mechanical engineering, and I basically went to 2 weeks worth of classes and realized how complicated it was trying to convert the metric system into the imperial, like,
ah,
kilonewtons squared into pounds per square inch. And I ended up just saying to the professors, look, I'm not going to come back to class because I'm just going to have to spend my whole semester in the basement studying these laws and I'm going to miss out on seeing America. So just, yeah, didn't go to class and just traveled all around. We partied every day. There was like 50 cent spirits on a Wednesday night, which is just unfathomable in Australia, those sort of prices. And yeah, it was good. So that's my story with the imperial system.
I didn't know. I mean, 50 cent. That'd be tough to find around now, right, Popper? I don't know where I'd go for 50 cent drinks, but that
yeah. I
sounds like a good
mean,
deal.
you must have been in a college town bar for
Yep.
sure. Definitely not the cleanest place, I'm sure.
Uh, I don't know if you Matthew McConaughey, he wrote a book a while ago, and is I'm not big on reading, but he did an audio book, and he does the audio, and it's fucking great because it's Matthew McConaughey doing it. But he told a story where he was an exchange student in Australia. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, and he had a shocking time, didn't
It
he?
was Poffer. He was like almost like he thought they picked him up, and he's like, "Oh, this is going to be great, the beach and this and that." No, they took him like the middle of nowhere almost, and they basically like he was like an indentured servant. Like he didn't get paid. They made him do all this manual labor. He couldn't get out. He he was just like being like kidnapped in Australia. That's how they just used the shit out of out of a young McConaughey back then.
Huh.
So eventually he I think he broke out and got to experience Australia, the Australia he wanted to experience. But yeah, it was like, oh, they just kept going further away from the coast, and it got scary for him.
Oh yeah, the further you go into the middle of Australia, the scarier it is, and the more inbred everyone is.
I mean, the people's one thing, but you got animals there that are trying to kill you 24/7, it feels like.
Yeah, yep. It's pretty funny actually because my girlfriend's family only just moved here from Colombia, so they're having a very hard time adjusting to spiders and things like that. And it's just funny for us because, well, in the southern of Victoria, there's nothing too bad, but up north, that's where all your
So you
crocodiles
get in the
are,
water, right?
snakes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, watch out. So I'm on the AFL page here. What's your team?
Geelong, the Cats.
Oh, so you're ranked 4.
Yeah, we're
All
going
right,
pretty
let's
well.
go.
Yep, yep.
Let's go, Geelong. All right. Can you help me understand here? P, what does P mean? Played?
Um,
Games played?
Played. Yeah, I think so.
How many games are in a season?
22, I believe.
Okay. So you're a good 75% of the way through the season here.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
What
When
sport
when
do
I
you guys
feel
follow?
I mean, we're seasonal here, right? So right now, basically only baseball is being played. and then toward in the winter, it's well, fall becomes football, American football, and then the winter is hockey and basketball.
Uh,
Soccer plays at some point. I don't really
Don't know when that happens.
soccer's huge for kids in America. Um, I don't feel like it's really catching on too much with adults, even though Messi plays here now. But
But I think,
it's
NFL is the only thing I'll watch, Popper, for the most part, weekly.
okay.
No,
Congratulations.
I mean, you enjoy those other sports, I just don't have time for that.
Oh yes, you have no time for it.
I'm a busy guy, I got this Pinecast at it, well, you get to watch the
I-
show. Oh my god.
yeah.
can I
All
ask you guys
right.
a question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What what is you guys' plan going forward within the crypto space? Are you going to continue to talk about crypto and look at other projects, or keep talking about Theta, or like what's the direction you guys are heading in?
I think we're I think we're not trying to focus on Theta. It's just a byproduct is there's just the people we deal with in the community have some touch on Theta. I mean, honestly, like me and Popper, sometimes there's just nothing to talk about with Theta. But like we've had other projects on the show, and we'd always like to learn more. Um, you mentioned Grass.io. I don't. Pop, we were talking about it last week. I don't know anything about it. It seems like we missed out because we didn't listen to TZC Popper, right?
Yep.
But yeah, what we had, what are the we've had a few projects on that are in different
Yeah.
spaces,
Yep.
but yeah, I think more anything else. Popper, what do you think? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, we're not gonna solely focus on Theta like we were before. We're still very interested, and we're still very interested in the projects that are being built on Theta, hoping that something does come from them. But we've ventured out into other chains and stuff like that, and we'll continue to venture out, man. I appreciate what you're doing and digging in and really trying to learn for yourself and figure this stuff out. And it's certainly a wise move rather than just taking people's word, right, for what it is. And you never know if they're a paid shill or what the deal is. So you always want to go
Lark,
and do your own research.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I feel like we're open, right? We're just kind of wherever the wind kind of blows in the week is where we end up. I've been into H bar and some of the projects on there and enjoy that community. Um,
oh,
yeah,
yeah, and so like the thing about Pog is they go on to other chains,
pod, yeah,
and
yeah,
so they've been doing stuff with Ape Chain, and I've been like going down a rabbit hole, buying some NFTs on Ape Chain, just trying to like learn about the community because it's a different community. These Ape Chain people, more my speed, I think, Popper. But and so they're going on Ape Chain, and then what was that other crypto? I was Kyler was going on, but basically
Arbitum,
in Arboretum too, and so
paste,
be nice to base learn more about that stuff just through even Pod, where they're expanding because they're not exclusive to Theta. They want to be everywhere. They want to reach everyone. So I think that's a cool thing.
Because
yeah,
you guys have like you asked the right questions. That's why I loved your podcast the last year, because everyone just tries to stay so positive about everything, have a positive mindset, and I just think that's the stupidest thing to do. Like you should be skeptical as possible with your investments, and
yeah.
there hasn't been many voices like that in Theta that just talk openly in public. So I'd love to hear you guys go into more projects and just ask the right questions. It's good to listen
Yeah.
to.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah.
Can I make one confession to you,
Mhm.
Mr. Pistol? So I saw so they you came on the scene. I forget when, but when you came like on the scene on the YouTube, right? Um, and then so I know like Dole was like, "Hey, you need to get this guy on," and I was like, one like at this point, like I'm sour with a lot of stuff going on in Theta, so I was like, oh, is this guy a shill? So I was like, and then like Mitch retweets the guy, and I think I even comment on the show because I was a little butthurt. Like I don't need Mitch's approval. I mean, I never did, but it was like, oh, this guy who's just on the scene makes a video. Mitch actually watched it and commented on it, and I didn't watch the video. I just read the whole thing, and I was like, holy fuck! I'm like, we've been we have all these Zilly awards. We've done we- we've we've been doing this in a bear market. We haven't stopped weekly episodes, and we don't even exist to them. Is
Yep.
just more the reason why they're like, I think they're afraid of accountability. But so that's why I was like, I was like, I don't know about this pistol guy. So, but now I feel bad about it, Popper. And but mostly to
Yeah.
pistol, I feel bad about freezing you out. So yeah. But if you want to come, you got more insight on some stuff. Um, for us to learn some new coins because we'd like to learn. Yeah, I'd love to get you on or point us in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna keep studying and find out as much as I can because I'm still so green in this stuff. Like, I've only been really studying for like a year. So, in terms of like making recommendations to people and things like that, I'm gonna steer clear of. I
Mhm.
just wanna highlight what projects are building and what opportunities are out there and stuff. But I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about. You mentioned last week, how I kinda threw Genie on under the bus a little bit.
Ah,
I didn't mean to do, and, like, once I looked back on it, I was like, "Oh, that was a bit unfair on him." Really
Popper
what I was
agreed
just
with
trying
you.
to do was I
I
was
did.
just trying to point out that it's a shit show,
Yes.
like, that and I don't even understand how that happens.
Yeah, I think, because so I was thinking about that when I got Popper's take on when I mentioned it last week, and I was like, "Oh, am I missing something?" But, like, no, I think it's a fair point, but I think it's messed up. It's not messed up that you thought it or Popper agreed. It's messed up that he's even in the situation where Pog
Yes.
came on to Theta, and sounds like Theta did something to Pog, but if people embraced when Theta puts stuff out and they embrace it like Pog, and then Genion is helping Pog out and doing that as a community person, he's such a nice guy. And then it's like, oh well, what side are you on with that? And he's like, I don't know why this is happening to him. So I talked to him about it briefly because I went to New York City and he was there and he was like I guess he was getting a lot of heat, more heat than I brought up. But man, you put in a good guy in a tough spot. Um,
Yeah, I've fucked him over for sure.
yeah. Oh, I've well, I've said some stuff that I've been wrong about too. Not yeah, I'm not saying you were wrong. I'm saying I've said some stuff too that is not the full story sometimes when it's come to Genion. It's just weird. Like he's the community liaison, but I mean, he gets paid for Theta. That's not his main job. So, and he was doing it before anyway. So it's like, oh,
He's been put in an impossible position, really.
100%.
exactly. But I think, and most of the people that know Genion, they don't, they don't see it like that. But yeah, it's just, I think just the funny thing of that is why is he in a situation to be criticized for supporting a partner of Theta? It's you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not a reflection on Genion, it's a reflection on Theta.
Yeah.
I think that because they people can just go like from from 6 to midnight so quickly. And it's like you never know what people are thinking. It's like, oh, I think this guy gets it, and then all of a sudden they're yelling at you on something else. So yeah, you can't make anyone win. And I think that's what I like about the community is, and why there's people that disagree with what we say, which is fine too. They listen to the show, and you know, it's something I guess to pass the time. But I'm not trying to present any side. I'm calling it like I see it, and I'm definitely I can be wrong, and I'm wrong often. So, but
That's all you can
I'm
do.
humble enough to admit it. So, I got that going for
Same.
me. Yeah, the humble pistol. Yeah.
Can you imagine, us if Theta goes to like $1,000. Can you imagine how much
Ugh.
shit we're gonna cop?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if it does, maybe some other stuff it went up a lot too. But
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, I'd be happy for everyone. I'd be mad, but I mean, I make bad decisions on selling, holding, buying stuff all the time. You know, the play was buy that Bitcoin in 2017. Popper famously didn't take the Bitcoin I owed him back in the day.
Shut up.
2016 when it was worth $600. He said, "No, I want U.S. currency." He goes, "I want dollars," and so I offered him coins then.
I want real money,
Yeah,
Mags.
yeah. So I had to cash. I was a little strapped, so I had to cash it out on Coinbase. I think this was like 2016 or 2015, Popper, and yeah, I bought some of it in 2015, early 2016, and
Yeah.
and then every time it goes up, I just like pound Popper. I'm like, dude, you just left all that money on the table to the point where he's like, okay, I can't take it anymore. I got to get into this crypto thing. So he got me into the NFTs and Theta. Shame on him, but I got him into crypto in general. So shame on me also. So, but it's fun.
Almost both.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is very fun and addictive.
Yeah.
Was that true what you guys were saying about Mitch Shrew turning up to the conference with bodyguards, or were you guys kidding?
Yes.
That were we kidding, Popper?
We were not
No,
kidding.
yeah, we were not
No,
kidding.
not kidding.
He had a bulletproof vest on.
Not Mitch.
No, Mitch
Are you
did.
actually serious?
At the last
Mitch did?
at the last day. Yeah, you were
Oh,
there,
I wasn't
Popper.
at the Vegas one. I was only at 2.
Okay.
And he had one
Yeah,
bodyguard with him.
so I didn't notice the bodyguard. It probably was there, but he had a bulletproof vest on, and so like part of the reason is because that tweet that Kyler put out because the pod community was really upset. So it was like, hey, yeah, I know I fucked you over. Here's a little money. You know, we don't want any beef because this was Mitch's big show, ThetaCon in Las Vegas at their partner Resorts World, and he didn't want stuff to look bad on him. So he wanted basically Kyler to say they had no beef going on. So it was like maybe Kyler was the paid shill in that instance, but I mean, he got fucked over. He wants to make Pog succeed, so that's why he said he would not name anyone, and so he hasn't named anyone, but read in between the lines, people. So that's what happened. So people were really upset with Mitch. Thought I think that a lot of shit was going to go down because of what he did, and a lot of Pog people were really ticked off. So yeah, and it was the people that went to the breakfast told me that, yeah, he's like, dude, Mags, like, Mitch has a bulletproof vest on. It's like, what? He's like, oh yeah, holy shit, he does. But
Wow.
I know you don't need security and bulletproof vests if you're not fucking people over all the time. That's the rule I know.
Oh, heck. That's yeah. Oh, crazy times.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, Pistol, it's getting late here. We appreciate your time. It's been great. I got one last question for you, and it's back to football. Do you play fantasy football over there in Australia?
People do. It's not that big though. It's
Okay.
not that big. Yeah.
Only because I'm on the site here and it's like there's a fantasy tab and it says play AFL fantasy.
Yeah, yep.
So-
Yeah. So it's definitely a thing, but like sports betting's huge here. So
Okay. I did notice that too, but so I'm looking at your upcoming game. I was looking at it. Where did I go here? And it has like, okay, so yeah, it says like Giants to win, $2.17, $1.69 Cats to win.
yep.
What does that mean? Is that like a $2 bet?
So for every $1 I put on Geelong, I'll get $1.69 back. For every $1 on GWS, I'll get $2, whatever that was.
So you win 69 cents.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I can't understand the American one either. Can you explain how that works to me with the negative and the positive?
Yeah.
Popper definitely can.
Yeah. So the positive. So if
Negative's the favorite, positive is the
yes,
underdog.
negative is a favorite. So basically, the positive is the easy one to do. So if you have like plus 200, if you bet $1, you win $2, so you get back $3.
Okay, yep.
So it's like multiplying it by 1. The negative is like, so say it's minus 150, you have to bet $1.50 to win $1.
Oh, okay, yep. That makes sense.
Why we have to make betting and measurement systems so fucked up? Why can't we just have one system worldwide?
Yeah.
We do. You guys
Yeah.
just aren't following along.
Yeah.
No, I like this version better. It's like, this is like, you bet $1, here's how much you're gonna win on each one. That's fair. How much you take back, right? Not even how much you win, because $1, if you bet $1 and you get back $1.69, obviously $1 of that was your original dollar, so
Yep.
you win 69 cents. Yep. All right, man. Well, listen, we got to keep in touch. We'll have to have you back on again at some. Yeah, Mags, go.
Pistol, can you make a pod keyword for us for this week?
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It can't be pistol because
Nah,
that
I
was
used that last week.
already taken.
All right. Yep. Let me think about one. It's just got to be one
It
word.
could be a phrase too. You can make upper cases, lower cases, sentence case, whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna say, let's just make it cats. The Geelong
There
Cats.
you go.
Go the Cats.
Is that CATS or KATS? I don't know. I don't have it.
C.
Okay, I didn't have the AFL up popper. Okay.
Well, get with it,
All right.
bro.
Cats, capital.
Geelong Cats, my new favorite team.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
go the Cats. No, but thank you guys so much for having me. I'm a fan of the podcast. Like, it's pretty funny to be listening to it in my kitchen and then now to be here. So it's been awesome, and we'll definitely have to chop it up again.
Definitely.
Absolutely, dude.
Thanks, man.
Take it easy, and we'll definitely be following along on your journey, dude. So
Thanks,
we
fellas.
appreciate you.
Cheers.
Good night.
All right, have a great one.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter at JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.